Hey y'all, it's Nana with LivingCooper. I've got a Nana So Crafty for you. I did a panel wall quilt, a wall panel quilt. I'm not sure what they're called. A panel quilt. I've never done it before. It was not a terrible project. Probably won't do it again unless, of course, it's the same situation. Found the panel for $1 because our local quilter closed her little boutique. So when Mom and I were in there this summer, she had this piece for $1 and my mom was buying some fabric and I was like, oh, for $1 I'll take it. So here we are. The rest of these pieces were scraps and salvage and pieces and parts that I already had. The batting I already had. So really the $1 fabric on the front and the backing is all that was purchased for this quilt. So y'all come along, watch me get this done. Okay, y'all, I am not gonna lie, this part probably makes me the most nervous because you can't row it back if you cut it. So the panel itself is supposed to be 22 wide by 42 long. And as you can see, I don't have a table mat or a ruler that long. Okay. I need a place to store these, not shoved by the refrigerator. So 42, let's see if these two things together go to 42. 24, 25, 26, 38, so close. Okay, well, that won't work, but I can do it in half because half of 42 is 21, so I can do half. Okay, that's what we're gonna do here. I need it to be folded in half because it's going 42. And as you can see, it's a little frayed at the tip. There's selvage at the bottom. So I want to line up the messed up part as close as I can to be as close as I can get it to that, so that it'll at least get caught in the seam, if not cut off completely. So let's see, how long is that? So I only need it 42 long. So if that's the case, 21 and 21 is 42, so from center, that means I can cut off almost 2 inches. Let's cut it to there. 1.25 inches can be cut off. Wow, so 1.25 inches, so it would be half, 3/4 of an inch from each side. So if we do 3/4 inch from this side, let's see, what's 3/4 of an inch here? Right there is 3/4 inch. So that leaves a pretty decent amount on that side. So we do 3/4 of an inch on this side. So we got a double finger there. So we do 3/4 inch on this side. I think that'll be fine. It's good and even. Okay, we're gonna do it. Not even think about it. We're just gonna do it. But I need to do it from the other direction, not the right direction for my cutting skill. 3/4 inch, right? Let's double measure that. Let's measure one more time. So it's from center. It needs to be from center to 21. From 21, that's a little more than, that's a little less than 1.5 inches. All right, so let's just cut off 1 inch. No, 3/4. Let's just cut off 1/2 inch. So if I cut off 1/2 inch here, let's see, that'll be 1/2 inch. Let's try, nope. Cut off 1/2 inch on this side, starting there. Cut off 1/2 inch here. It'll still give us a little bit of play. So maybe that's what we'll do. So it's really only 1.25 inches, so 1/2 inch. Oh, let me see. All right, we're gonna do 1/2 inch on each side. That's what we're gonna do, 1/2 inch. That's it, just 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch all the way. Oh, and it moved on me. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over this way and do 1/2 inch from the other side. I have a feeling I need to do more than 1/2 inch from this side because I'm trying to do 1/2 inch from the fray and it has a little dip in it. So that's 1/2 inch from the fray down there, 1/2 inch. Okay, we're gonna do it. If we need to trim more, we can trim more. We can't trim less. Okay, so then let's measure it again and see if we got to 21. All right, so this direction I've been told is going to be harder. I'm going to get my other mat. All right, lady, I saw the instructions for this panel. Now I know the ends are straight. You kind of just have to eyeball it. Hers dipped in a little bit. Mine does not appear to be dipping in. And it looks pretty straight until I get up there. And then it's not very straight. But how wide? These were 22 and a half wide. It's 23 wide. Yeah, it's a little bit off. So what I need to do is find the center this way. I don't know if I'm doing this right, y'all. It scares me. And it's not even there. Y'all just saw me make it even on the bottom. It's even here. Closer. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is be 22 and a half inches wide. So I'm just going to set this at 11 and a quarter and draw a line. I think that's gonna work. All right, I'm going to put you guys on time lapse, which I probably should have already done, and I'm going to run my razor, see what I can do here. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the length of it because I didn't shorten my straps. They're all gonna be long enough if it does go a little bit long. And if it does, it's just gonna be by hair. So the next step was to find the center, which I'm leaving my seam as the center, and then I marked the center here. Do the sides, one row on the sides first. I'm gonna pin it really well so it doesn't run away. So sides, and then top, and then bottom, and then trim. Pin it well so I don't have to worry about it running and twisting and getting a bow in it. And in her video, she suggested that you sew off the end a little bit, so the ugly stitches, as she calls them, the warple and dimple or whatever you call it, is not showing. And since I have extra, that'll be easy to do. So I'm gonna finish pinning these and then I'll sew. I took you over there to iron the first strips and I forgot to start the camera. So back over here we go. What you missed was me ironing the long strips down, setting the seam. So now I'm going to take my orange strips and I'm going to pin them across the top and the bottom and put them together. Keep watching. I am done with my border and I was using scissors I hate and I thought I made a big problem when I was trimming these up. Thank goodness I don't need this part of the yellow where my scissors ate it. So I need to come in and I need to clean out this thickness on the corners because I was afraid I was doing it wrong. I didn't want to cut it because you can't put it back once you cut it. But I'm done with the borders. I'm done for today. I'm gonna go start cooking supper and cleaning up my bread loaves I made. But I like it. Would I have liked this in a calico or something? Maybe. But I also felt like that was too busy. It was too much because I want the center to be the focus. Anyway, I got orange, orange, yellow, yellow, blue, blue. I didn't get that out of order. I was taking all my practice photos yesterday and I kept getting them backwards. Anyway, I'm done for today. I gotta clean up. Gotta get supper going. See y'all tomorrow. Morning, y'all. So we finished the quilt top yesterday. Today I'm gonna piece some scraps of batting I have and hopefully attach it to the back. I was looking at some different ways to make some sort of, what do you call them, loops, hoops, pocket to hang it with a a stick of wood or something. So I have some ideas there, but first I need to square up my corners and then figure out how I'm gonna do the backing and the batting. So let's get to it. Well, y'all, somewhere the battery died. I just did stitching you on the ditch on these 3 seams right here. I'm gonna rotate you and do one long side real quick. If the camera survives, we'll see. Okay, y'all, I have all of the strips stitched in the ditch on here, and then I pinned the border down because I need to decide how I'm going to finish it. I think I'm gonna do something along these lines, not sure how wide, but I didn't unpin the center because I'm trying to decide if I want to try to do any kind of single stitch around. Oh, that would be so hard. I thought maybe I could do some of the basket, but that would be so hard. Or maybe just a couple of the pumpkins. I think it would make it really cool looking if it went right, but I don't expect it to go right. So I think since it's just a wall hanging, I'm not gonna quilt any of the center. However, I'm not gonna take the pins out. I'm gonna leave a pin in it. I'll think about it later. So I played around with this, and I think I'm just going to fold this side in and use it to self-bind. I'm not sure how to do the corner if I do that. Anyway, I am not gonna try to do any quilting in the center part, but I'm also not gonna unpin it yet. I'm just gonna leave it pinned, which means I'll probably poke my hands more. But first thing I'm gonna do is trim it all up, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim it to the same place that the batting is at, just in case I change my mind along the way. But I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna fold it under and do a little stitch like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then for the tabs on the back, I'm just gonna make some little loops, and I'll catch them in my top stitching, because I'll sew this on here, and then I'll come back and I'll do a 1/4 inch top stitch all the way around. But I have enough time before Pops comes home from work to go ahead and get these edges trimmed up. So let's get that done. Hey y'all, happy Thursday. My goal is to finish this today. Last night we left off sewing this side down. Just need to run through here real quick and make sure I caught all my edges. I did. Nice. I tried to do a fancy blanket stitch across here because it would be so pretty, but this stinking sewing machine, meh. So I need to rip all of these stitches out right here, which are not going to be terribly hard, as you can see, because, you know, my sewing machine. But I did do my top stitching across the bottom. So today, I rip this stitch and re-sew it. Then I need to do a top stitch on the outside there. I need to do the inside where it attaches and the top stitch there. And then up here, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do a panel across here to hang it on the wall, or do some loops to have some little, probably not this big, but have a couple loops go across here to hang. Or I might do both, because it'll be simple to do both, and that way the recipient can put like a yardstick back here, or do dowel rods. But that's gonna be the last thing I do. I need to do one more stitch like we just talked about, so let's get with it. Okay, y'all, you saw me fumbling around with my little orange pieces, my little scraps, and I was gonna make some loops that go across the top, and then you put a dowel or whatever to hang it that way. But I don't have enough scraps in the fall colors to do that with. So what I'm gonna do is use this strip because I have no other project for this strip, and I'll probably just throw it away anyway. And I'm going to make a pocket right across here, and then whoever gets this can just hang it by a yardstick or whatever coming out of the top. I did already sew all the way to the end on the outside portion for my top stitch, because now when I run the stitch here and here, I will catch my hanger. But what I think I'm actually going to do, now that I'm thinking about it, it might not work. I don't know, a yardstick. Yeah, I think a yardstick will go through there. All right, so what I'm going to do is make my pocket. I'm gonna go iron this, and I'm gonna make my pocket and put my pocket on here, and then I will top stitch it through here, which will catch the pocket. All right, let me go iron this. I'll be right back. Okay, just kidding. It's not square. I ironed it. It's not square. So let's square this puppy up. Oh, I already had 2.5 strip. Ah, just used it, huh? All right, so then, these are already ironed wrong sides together. Sew it, and then I'm going to test drive it with the ruler, and then I'm going to attach it. And then we're almost done, unless I mess it up. Okay, y'all, it's done. I finished it. My yardstick idea didn't work. I should have made it 3 inches wide. I got a narrower yardstick. It won't go all the way through, but that's gonna be easily remedied because I'll buy a dowel. Because after I sewed this on here, I was like, well, if the yardstick's in here, how's it gonna hang? So I'm gonna get a dowel, and Pops might have some around here. I'm not sure. Haha, I'll be back. I see one. I didn't kill myself either. All right, so dowel. I don't know if I can have this one or not. We're gonna use it for this here purpose. So I'll get a dowel, and then I'll get a pretty cord or pretty ribbon or something to hang it by. There you go, y'all. It's done except for the hangy-dangy part, and we'll figure that out. Now let me clean up my mess because there's no more sewing parts, so I can clean up my mess. Okay, y'all, what do you think? It was a little bit challenging, a little bit frustrating, but not too bad. Like I said, I'm used to doing t-shirt blankets. It's been a long time since I did actual fabric of any sort, and I never quilt anything, so that was kind of a first. Anyway, I'm getting it in the mail. It's gonna be a gift to somebody that I love very much, and I appreciate y'all sticking around and watching me ride the struggle bus to get this through. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can leave me a thumbs down. Comment, questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, that would be great. Helps with the algorithm. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our other videos. There's disc golf, barn-do, property vlog, travel, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.